Elvira, the wandering witch of the moonlit forest. In the remote village of Duskwood, whispers often floated about the witch who lived on the edge of the forest. Her name was Elvira, and though her presence inspired awe, she was no villain of fairy tales. Instead, she was a solitary figure of elegance and mystery, with flowing raven hair and a cloak the color of twilight. Her magic was said to be unlike any other, a quiet kind of power, rooted in the rhythm of the earth and the whispers of the stars. Elvira's days were simple, tending her garden, crafting potions, and occasionally assisting villagers with ailments they couldn't explain. Her nights, however, belonged to the forest. Under the soft glow of the moon, she would wander its winding paths, guided by her enchanted lantern. This lantern, made of ancient silver and etched with glowing runes, had been passed down through generations of witches in her family. It did more than light her way. It revealed the unseen, the magical, the forgotten. One crisp autumn evening, as the full moon rose high in the sky, Elvira felt a strange pull. The wind seemed to carry a song only she could hear, a soft, lilting melody that whispered her name. She stepped outside, her boots crunching against fallen leaves, and raised her lantern. The flame flickered and turned a pale blue, a sign that magic was at work. "Tonight is different," she murmured, her voice barely louder than the rustling leaves. The lantern's glow revealed a silvery path winding through the trees, one she had never seen before. It shimmered faintly, as if woven from moonlight itself. Elvira hesitated for only a moment before stepping onto the trail, her curiosity overpowering her caution. The enchanted forest. As she walked, the forest seemed to change around her. The trees, tall and ancient, bore glowing runes in their bark, pulsing faintly like heartbeats. The air was alive with the soft hum of magic, and every step she took felt as though she were walking deeper into another world. Suddenly, a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the darkness. Elvira stopped, gripping her lantern tightly. A fox emerged, its fur shimmering silver. It stared at her for a long moment before bowing its head and stepping aside, as if to say, "You may pass." "Curious," Elvira said, her voice tinged with wonder. "What secrets lie ahead?" The path led her to a glade she had never seen before. At its center stood a tree unlike any other, massive and gnarled, its branches stretching toward the stars. Its roots twisted in intricate patterns, forming natural arches and tunnels. Beneath it lay a pool of water, so clear it mirrored the moon perfectly. Elvira approached, feeling an unspoken invitation. The air around the pool was thick with magic, a soft hum resonating in her chest. She knelt by the water's edge, her reflection wavering as ripples spread across the surface. A mysterious guardian. From the center of the pool, light began to rise, forming the shape of a woman. Her form was translucent, her hair flowing like silver mist, and her gown seemed to be made of stars. When she spoke, her voice was melodic and ancient. "Elvira, wandering witch of the moonlit forest," the figure said. "You have been chosen." Elvira's heart quickened. Chosen for what? The woman's ethereal gaze held hers. "To be the guardian of this forest and its magic. You have walked these woods with respect and care, seeking harmony instead of power. The spirits have watched you and deemed you worthy." Elvira blinked in surprise. She had always loved the forest, but to be its guardian? It was a role far greater than she had ever imagined. "Do you accept this responsibility?" the figure asked, her voice both gentle and commanding. Elvira hesitated only briefly before nodding. "I accept." The figure raised her hand, and a beam of silver light shot from the pool, wrapping around Elvira. She felt a surge of energy, her magic growing stronger, more attuned to the life around her. Her lantern glowed brighter, its runes shifting and rearranging themselves into new patterns. When the light faded, the figure was gone, leaving only the still, moonlit pool. A new role. From that night on, Elvira's life changed. She no longer wandered the forest merely as a curious witch, but as its protector. Her magic grew, allowing her to heal injured animals, mend broken trees, and guide lost travelers back to safety. The villagers noticed her growing power and began to treat her with even greater reverence, though she still preferred her solitude. Elvira's bond with the forest deepened. She discovered hidden groves, secret streams, and ancient relics buried beneath the roots of towering oaks. The creatures of the woods, foxes, owls, deer, and even the shy dryads, came to trust her, knowing she would always act with kindness. But the role of guardian was not without challenges. One stormy night, a group of treasure hunters entered the forest, seeking to steal its magic for their own gain. Elvira confronted them at the glade, her lantern blazing with blue fire. The runes on the ancient tree flared to life, and the treasure hunters fled, their greed no match for the power of the forest's guardian. A legacy of harmony. Years passed, and Elvira's legend grew. Travelers spoke of a witch who could light paths hidden from mortal eyes, whose magic could soothe even the most restless spirits. Children whispered stories of the glowing foxes and talking trees that guarded her domain. Yet Elvira herself remained humble. She continued to walk the moonlit paths, her lantern guiding her way, her heart forever tied to the forest she had vowed to protect. And if you ever find yourself wandering under a full moon, you might stumble upon a silvery trail. Follow it carefully, and you may catch a glimpse of Elvira, her lantern casting soft blue light, as she hums a tune known only to the forest and the stars.